Reporting live from the liquor store. How's everybody doing, man? So, hey, it was a long ride back down here to Texas. 8 hours and some change, but I done made it. I'm back home safe. I'm back. I'm back in Texas from Kansas City, and it was a great experience, man. So I just want to take the time out to say thank you to everybody that supported the channel. Made it possible for me to go to the draft. Made it possible for me to go and give y'all that exclusive content. I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, man. It means a lot that y'all went out your way to help support the channel and help this channel grow so much, man. So I've had some time to think about the draft. I had some time to think about the people that we picked up, the decisions that were made, and I want to talk about it a little bit more in depth. Now we also have the names of the unrestricted free agents that were selected, after the draft. I see some names on there that I really like a lot. So, we're just going to break all that down. We're going to talk about our 7 picks in the draft, the unrestricted free agents we picked up, guys to look for, what I think about it overall. And, we're just jump right into it, man. Hey, Cortavius, what's up with you, man? John Cofield, I see y'all. Please hit the like button, hit the share button. Let everybody know the liquor store is open for business, man. And I know y'all the first ones in here. So remember the policy. If you slap the shit out of an Eagles fan, you will get half off all items on the liquor store. So please use your discount while supplies last, man. Also, we're going to be doing a 2-for-1 special on the raffle. So I reached out to the lunatic. He does not want the jersey. He actually wants us to open the raffle back up to somebody else so that they can get a jersey. So to make it fair, if you donate $5, I will enter your name in both raffles. I will enter your name in the raffle that the lunatic has given up on. I will also enter your name to the raffle for the jersey that will be given out on the 31st. So $5 get you 2 entries, one for the raffle that just passed and one for the future raffle. And I will pull a new winner since the lunatic has declined the jersey. I will pull a new winner. Let me see, next week, and then I will pull the winner for the next raffle on the 31st of May. So I got 2. I'm giving away 2 jerseys. $5 will get you an entry. Will get you an entry for both. Right, so you'll double your chances. So $5 to $Hennythemoor will get you an entry for a Dallas Cowboy jersey of your choice, and they get you 2 entries. B Bird, what's good with you, man? What's up with you, my guy? Appreciate you tapping in, showing love to the liquor store. Please, everybody, hit the like button, hit the share button. Let everybody know that the liquor store is open for business. And I'm ready to jump into it, man. What about y'all? Let's go ahead and jump into it. So, as you know, when I initially heard, when I initially saw the selections that were made, I was excited about the first pick we had. I loved picking up Ozzie Smith. I know some people were taken aback by the Dallas Cowboys taking a defensive tackle with the 26th overall pick, but I did not think it was a reach. Most draft experts actually had Ozzie Smith having a late first round grade to an early second round grade. So Ozzie Smith was selected right where he was supposed to be. What you think about the fullback? If he makes the team, I think it's wonderful. It adds an extra dimension to the run game and helps you be physical. So I like it. If the Dallas Cowboys want to be a true run the ball team, they need an actual fullback, and I think they got a pretty decent one. But I will touch on him as well in just a second. So I'm actually going to go through the picks 1 through 7, and then I will touch on the unrestricted free agents. So I'm gonna talk about the actual draft picks, and then I'm gonna go in depth about the unrestricted free agents that were picked up after the draft. So I'm gonna touch on everybody. I'm gonna give you my opinion about everything going on. Hey, Common Sense Lab, what's good with you? So over it, what's good with y'all? I appreciate you for tapping in and showing love to the liquor store. Thank you for rocking with me. Go ahead and hit that share button. Let everybody know the liquor store is open for business. Matter of fact, I'm finna share it to a couple places myself right now. Just so everybody knows what's going on. I don't want nobody to miss the content. It's time to get drunk together, man. Hey, it's Sunday, but we can still have communion. It's Sunday, we can still have communion, break bread, and talk about these damn Cowboys and how they done ran our blood pressure up. Mr. Henny. Okay. So let me just pull up the information behind Ozzie Smith. And I'm gonna get y'all opinions on these players as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. We're gonna talk about Mozzie Smith. We're gonna talk about his snap counts. We're gonna talk about where he lined up, what he brings to the table, things like that. What to expect from him year one? How we expect to use him this upcoming year? Kevin Calloway, what's up with you, man? I appreciate you tapping in and showing love to the liquor store, my guy. Thank you for the love and the support. All right, so I'm finna share the screen. Of course, you've seen this already, but I'd like to run over this again. So you know he's from Michigan. You know his measurements. You know everybody and their mama done talked about it at this point. So this is not new territory. 6'3", 323 pounds, run stopping defensive tackle. I like him because we did not have a good run defense. Last year, the Dallas Cowboys were the 22nd ranked run defense in the league. You know, we were giving up over 100. We were giving up 129 yards a contest last year. So that's not really good. You know, it's really a miracle that we were able to win 12 games while giving up that kind of production on the ground. So that is definitely an area that the Dallas Cowboys have to clean up. And a guy like Mozzie Smith instantly helps you improve your run defense. He's a big body. He knows how to fill his gaps. He's not going to be trying to go out there and get a ton of sacks. He knows his duties to stop the run. And, you know, that's what he thrives in doing. You know, when you look down here, he graded out as an 81.3 as a run defender. That means he was impeccable as a run stopper, right? And listen, he was the best available run stopper in the draft. There may have been some better overall defensive tackles. There may have been some defensive tackles that could stop the run and also rush the passer. You know, it may be some better pass rushing defensive tackles, more athletic defensive tackles. But in stopping the run, he was the best run stopping defensive tackle on the entire board. Regina Green, what's good with you? Thank you for tapping in and showing love to the liquor store. Thank y'all for tapping in and rocking with your boy. So he was the guy that I was real happy Dallas Cowboys were going to get. He really was a guy that was being mocked to us well early, you know, really, really early in the draft process. A reason a lot of people stopped talking about Mozzie Smith is because of the Dallas Cowboys' background in drafting first-round defensive tackles. It does not generally happen. You know, it's been over a decade, I believe. No, it's been almost a decade since the last time the Dallas Cowboys drafted a tackle in the first round. So, you know, I think that's why a lot of people were not expecting Mozzie Smith to be a selection for the Dallas Cowboys. But, you know, he's still a great pick. He has gotten his hand on the quarterback a couple of times. He has not actually been able to get a lot of sacks, though. He has 2 career sacks for his entire career, but he has 19 hurries this year. He had 14 hurries the year before. So he does have 33 career hurries. He does have 11 career hits, 2 sacks. So he's not really a guy that's going to sack the quarterback, but he can make the quarterback uncomfortable. So he gives you enough in that aspect to keep him on the field 3 downs if need be. You don't have to rush and get him off the field, you know, if you don't expect what the offense is doing. If you're not sure if it's a run or a pass, he's not bad enough. He eats up enough space for you to be able to leave him out there. And when you look at his snap counts, he played 632 snaps last year on defense, rushed the passer 393 times, and played run defense 238 times. Lined up in the A gap 185 times, but he was dominant in the B gap. They left him there 400 times. Even let him play over the tackle 41 times, outside of the tackle twice, and really off the ball 4. So you can line him up in different spots on the field. I think he is much more formidable as a true one tech. But you know, you want to put him at 3 at times. You can move him around the line, and you shouldn't have too many issues in doing so. Hey, salute to my brother Starter Kick Duke for tapping in and showing love to the channel, my guy. Thank you for coming into the liquor store, getting drunk with me with this content, man. And I want y'all to remember, if you slap the shit out of an Eagles fan, you will get half off all the items in the liquor store, man. We got a large supply of Eagles tears still. You know, they firm made and getting stronger day after day from that horrible Super Bowl loss. Them choking away that victory just make it taste so much better. So we got bottles of Eagles tears going for the low, man. We got fifths and half gallons in stock right now. So if you want to get you a bottle, please find you an Eagles fan to slap the shit out of them. Them KJs, what's good with you? Stephen White, what's good? Hey man, so if you were not familiar with what I said, you said you come in a little late. I'm running a double raffle right now. Hey, ain't no telling where everybody at, man. Let them know we in here. Go ahead and share the content, man. Share the content. Let them know the liquor store is open for business, man. But hey, I'm running a double raffle right now. My brother, matter of fact, let me show y'all what I'm talking about. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about real quick. I'm gonna take this down for 2 seconds and I'm gonna show y'all why we're having a double raffle. Oops, that's not what I meant to hit. Here we go. Booyah, this is... All right. So this is the lunatic. I hit him up and asked him what jersey he wanted, his mailing address. My brother said, ask for the jersey. Let's run it back. Have another raffle on live stream and let another liquor store supporter win a great jersey. See you in the next live DC4L. So salute to the lunatic. Even though he won the raffle, he is going to pass on the chance to get it, so another worthy Dallas Cowboy fan can get, a Dallas Cowboy jersey. So that's why we're going to be running a double raffle. I'm going to open up the raffle that the lunatic won. All right, I'm going to open that one back up, and we're going to run that one until, let me see, we're going to run that one until Tuesday. Right, we're going to run that one until the 2nd. So we're going to open that one back up, and I will announce the winner on the 2nd. And while it is open, I will be doing a 2-for-1. $5 will get you an entry into the jersey raffle for the 2nd, and it will get you a jersey entry for the one on the 31st. So $5 get you entered into both raffles. I will announce the winner for the last raffle on the 2nd, and I will do the winner for the other raffle on the 31st. But $5 will get you into both of them right now. So we're doing a 2-for-1, and the winner will get a Dallas Cowboy jersey of the winner's choice. So shout out to the lunatic for showing love, rocking with the channel so hard, and and passing on the chance to get a jersey so that somebody else can receive it. So that's real. Hey, what's up with you, Dallas Law 43? What's good with you, my guy? He said, why were they so hell-bent on drafting a tight end so high? I have faith in our young tight ends. I do too. And that was really what's more disappointing about it. I'm actually going to touch on that a little bit more in depth in just a second, because I'm going to talk to y'all a little bit more about Mozzie Smith, what to expect from him year one, what I actually think about the pick, and then we will move on to Mr. Shoemaker. So Mozzie Smith, like I went through the line. He definitely has first round talent. It said, thank you for all. Hey, shout out to Marquetta for the $5 donation. He said, thank you for all you do. I appreciate you. That got you a 2-for-1 entry though into the raffle. So I'm putting you on for the I'm adding another one to you for the last raffle that we're gonna call on the 2nd, and I'm adding you in for another one on the current raffle. So Marquetta, you got 6 entries for the one on the 2nd, and you got 3 entries for the one at the end of May. So salute to you, and I appreciate you for supporting the channel and showing love. So that just got you 2 entries. Neil said, we got Hunter Lupe, our version of John Kuhn from the Packers. What's up, Henny? A slapstick Eagles fan before it's tapping in. That's what's up, my guy. Keep your pimp hand strong. Keep slapping the shit out these Eagles, man. Hey, unless it's Philly and my boy DJ, you gotta show them love. You gotta let them make it. Hoodlum, what's good with you? Ricky Scott, what's good with you? So over, what's good? Tyrone Church, what's good with you? He said, I really like tackle guard from North Carolina. I'm going down the line. Ashton Howard, what's good with you, man? Appreciate you tapping in and showing love to the liquor store, man. So yeah, I'm going down the line, man. I'm gonna finish up on Mozzie Smith and what the selection means and how much I like it, and then we'll move forward. Charlie Jones, what's up with you? Thank y'all for tapping into the liquor store and showing love to the channel. I thank y'all, man. So overall, I like Mozzie Smith. I definitely do think he was a first round talent. I think in terms of talent and need, he matches both. Hey, shout out to Stephen Jones for the $10 donation, man. I appreciate you for showing love and tapping into the liquor store, my guy. So that also got you an additional 2 entries for both raffles. I'm gonna update it too. So I know to put you down for 2 entries for 2 extra entries for both raffles. So I appreciate you. So if you don't know what's going on, the lunatic passed on the last jersey, and he's off, and he's letting us run the raffle again. So I'm gonna announce the winner for that last raffle on the 2nd. I'm gonna announce the winner for the next raffle on the 31st. So right now I'm doing a 2-for-1. $5 will get you entered for both raffles with a chance to win a Dallas Cowboy jersey or the winner's choice. Watch your show with West Coast and Landlord. You're very analytical, and I love it. Had to tap in. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. So in terms of need, he definitely fit a need. In terms of talent, he was definitely a first-round talent. It was not a reach, and he was one of the best players on the board at the time he was taken. And you know how I really felt, about getting a tight end in the first round. It was a no-go for me, just based on the success rate of first-round tight ends over the last decade or so. When you look at tight ends selected in the first round over the last 10 years, none of them have really panned out or lived up to the expectation that people were putting on them. They never developed into a Kelsey or a Kittle or even a Mark Andrews. They have not done so. So I was down on taking a tight end with the first-round pick, but I am definitely happy with Mazi Smith. Best run-stopping one tech in the draft, instantly helps us. And what I don't actually expect him to truly be the day one starter come training camp. Hankins, even though I think he was a guy that we could have improved in the free agency, I thought we could have got a better defensive tackle like A'Shawn Robinson. But I think that he was good enough. I think that the Dallas Cowboys will rely on his veteran knowledge to not only help them to start the season, but to also help Mazi Smith come along in his development. So I really see Mazi Smith, splitting. Said Henny, how you feel about Luke Schoonmaker? I'm finna get on that in about 2 minutes. In about 2 minutes, I'm gonna answer every question under the sun about Luke Schoonmaker and what I think about him. I'm gonna wrap up Mazi, and then I'm gonna tell you exactly how I feel about Luke Schoonmaker. So in terms, I wish we would have taken an interior. I do too. I definitely do too. So Mazi Smith, just to wrap it up, I give that one an A. He was a player that we needed at that position. He was the 3rd ranked defensive tackle in the entire draft, and he was the best run stopper in the draft. So I like it. He fits the talent. He fits the need for talent, and he fits the need for position. So I'm happy with Mazi Smith. Got nothing but love for him, and I think he will be great for us. So Mazi Smith, in my opinion, is an A, and y'all can put how y'all feel about Mazi Smith in the comment box. How do y'all feel about Mazi Smith? Is it an A? Is it a B, a C, a D, or do you want to put an E or an N for incomplete because you just don't know yet? But Mazi Smith for me is an A. Queso said he's the most powerful player in the draft. Yeah, like they say, he's a weight room warrior. You can definitely see how he transformed his body. He is a great fit in my opinion. The Mazi pick will affect the whole defense. Yes, I always talk about the Ray Lewis interview. Ray Lewis was talking about when his front office came to him, and he asked him to go out and get a big nasty defensive tackle to put in front of him. That's how they ended up getting Haloti Ngata. He really accredits Haloti Ngata doing a lot of the dirty work, keeping him clean, letting him just shoot the gap and play downhill and play middle linebacker. So I always turn to that interview. If Ray Lewis is our generation's best linebacker, I take every word he says, and I don't treat it with a grain of salt. It's as good as gospel in that point. So I like him. A-. Yeah, Mazi got 2nd most reps at bench at combine behind Voorhees. I give Mazi an A. Yeah, he a very physical player. So I like Mazi. I definitely thought the Dallas Cowboys should have went trenches, early, and they did with Mazi. So it's an A for me. Now we're gonna move on and talk about that boy Luke Schoonmaker. Luke Schoonmaker. and I have mixed feelings about him. One, I'm going to cut him some slack. Schoonmaker in this draft was considered a top 10 tight end prospect. He was, but at the same time, I don't necessarily think the Dallas Cowboys should have took him right then with the level, with the number of players that were still available at 58, especially from the background work that I did. Me and Landlord, ran a show called Cowboys College, for like the last month and a half before the draft started. And we looked at a lot of players. We looked at different players from different position groups. And I got to tell you, like, I was not, huge on Schoonmaker. And here's why. He does have upside. He is 6'6". He did run a 4.6. He did play, in an offense that did not throw the ball well, particularly down the field, right? So that is true. Like, he has ability, but he also played in an offense that did not let him showcase his ability. However, even though that is true, we also just have to go off of the raw numbers, right? Schoonmaker is the best run blocking tight end in the draft. I think it makes sense for us. And listen, he is a great run blocker, right? So I'm gonna give you some just some information on him, why I'm a little hesitant on it, and then I'm gonna tell you why I was down on that pick. Hey, what's up with you, Kelvin Hicks? I appreciate you tapping in and showing love to the liquor store. I need everybody to hit that like button, hit that share button, let everybody know the liquor store is open for business, and we still got Eagles tiers going for the low. We still got them by the fifths and by the half gallons, right? They getting stronger each and every day. It's gonna be some real potent shit by the time you pop that bottle. It's a hinder shot. Yeah, and this is the thing. Like, I think he has a chance to develop into a good tight end eventually. The problem is, right now, I do not know if he is a better player than Jake Ferguson. Jake Ferguson has already had NFL reps. He's already has flashed at the NFL level. He already has an off season of NFL training program and weight training under his belt, right? So he's already been through the NFL machine, and he has flashed a couple of times. A lot of people are very high on him, right? So he said a better blocker, yeah, but blocking, you're not the only part of playing tight end, just like catching, not the only part of playing tight end. And we don't know if he right now will be a better blocker than year two Peyton Henderson, than year two Jake Ferguson, right? Because player development is a real thing. Even though Dalton Schultz never became Kittle or anything in terms of being a blocker, he did get better. And Jake Ferguson is a slightly better blocker already. So there is a chance that he can even improve in that aspect. So year two, he may not be able to beat out Ferguson, and he may not be able to beat out Hendershot. He'll be used with Ferguson in the goal line situations. Well, that's another thing. I was only touching on Ferguson. How do we know that he can beat out Peyton Hendershot? Right? Because I know a lot of y'all are happy. If anything, like, the guy whose spot he had to take first is McKeon. Because that's the proper order. Right, you gotta beat, if you're the rookie, you gotta beat the man in front of you. The man in front of him should be McEwen. Then the next man up should be Peyton Hendershot, and then the next dog on the ranking should be Jake Ferguson. If Jake Ferguson is the number one, Hendershot is the number two, and McKeon should be the number three, right? So he has to earn his spot. I don't just want the Dallas Cowboys to give it to him just because he was the 58 overall pick, right? So this is just some background information on Luke Schoonmaker. I'm finna go ahead and share the screen real quick so y'all can see what I'm seeing. We're gonna talk about his PFF, and then I'm gonna tell you why I'm a little concerned. So overall, he did grade out as a 72.7. So that is real good production, right? That is real good production. Played 12 games, played 217 snaps. He is an actual tight end. He was in line at the tight end spot, 148 of those 217 snaps. And on 45 targets, he caught 35 balls for 418 yards and 3 touchdowns. So one, I already mentioned that he did not play in an offense that really catered to throwing the ball all around the yard, so he did have limited opportunities. However, like we are projecting at this point what he can do, at the next level with more opportunities against better players. Because as it stands, despite the mitigating circumstances, his best year is only 418 yards and 3 touchdowns. Right? I think, if he were to get that this year, nobody would be happy. I don't think anybody would be happy with this kind of production from him. My question is this a competition really, or so they have a plan for a 3 tight end set? Mike McCarthy likes his tight ends, and Luna can coach them up. Well, when you run a 3 tight end set, it really going to depend on how you feel about your wide receivers. And at this point in time, I definitely think you got way too many good wide receivers to keep them off of the field. Because three tight end sets mean there's only one wide receiver on the field. So it'll be 3 tight ends and then probably CeeDee Lamb because he's number one wide receiver, right? So a 3 tight end set would mean that Brandon Cooks is not on the field. A 3 tight end set would mean that Michael Gallup is not on the field. A 3 tight end set would mean that Jalen Tolbert is not on the field. And those are all guys I expect to improve and contribute this year for the Dallas Cowboys. So, I definitely like when the Dallas Cowboys do use 3 tight end sets, but I don't think it needs to be the end all be all. I do still think that you can put out some potent sets with multiple wide receivers. So that is how I feel. And this is the thing. Shoemaker, he has talent, he has upside, but I'll just go down the list why I think it was a reach. 1, Shoemaker, by most accounts, if you look at most of these sites, he had a 4th round grade, and we picked him in the 2nd round. Now I know the Dallas Cowboys big board is different than everybody else's, but you're just going off of projected talent, projected area where a player is supposed to be taken. He had a 4th round pick according to most reputable sites, and he got picked in the 2nd. So, that would make it a reach. Yeah, he definitely had a 4th round grade. Secondly, the other players that were on the board at the time makes it very hard to make it palpable. Osiris Torrance, when I did my breakdown, I had him. When I did my breakdown, I had Osiris Torrance as the best overall guard in this year's draft. Some people may not agree with me, but I think Osiris Torrance was the best guard in the draft this year. And he somehow slipped to the 2nd round. He was there for the Dallas Cowboys to take. So the Dallas Cowboys passed on him, and he immediately got taken the very next pick by the Buffalo Bills. So Osiris Torrance was a guy who had never given up a sack in his collegiate career. Very powerful, strong hands, can get to the 2nd level. I liked it. I liked it, Osiris Torrance. I liked him a whole lot. So that left a very, very bad taste in my mouth. And then when you looked around at the other players that were available, Drew Sanders, who a lot of people had a 1st round grade on, was also there. We passed on him. He ended up getting picked up. We passed on Tank Dell, right? He ended up getting picked up before we could get him. And you know that I had Tank Dell as my favorite wide receiver in this draft. He was the NCAA leader in receptions and touchdowns the last 2 seasons. He was on the board, and the Dallas Cowboys passed up on him for a tight end with a 4th round grade. Same thing with Josh Downs. He had a late 1st round grade, according to some people. He failed. He was available. We didn't get him. Hyatt was available. Many people had a late 1st round grade, early 2nd round grade on him. Failed. He was available. We did not pick him up. So there is a multitude of players that I had way higher on the board than Shoemaker that got picked, right? So that's why, and the one, right? He was there. So like I think there were better options to take than Schoonmaker. I think Dallas Cowboys reached for a tight end, and I don't think they necessarily needed to. When you look at your pass protection, the Dallas Cowboys were ranked 28th overall in pass protection last year, and you passed up on getting a guard who had never given up a sack before in his whole career. So Osiris Torrance would have definitely came in, been a guy that could contribute to your offensive line. He would have kept Dak, would have protected Dak for several seasons to come. Would have helped him. Would have helped these wide receivers had time to run their routes. He would have been an immediate impact player for your offensive line. So that the Dallas Cowboys could have took the best run stopping. Oh, they could have took the best run stopping defensive tackle in the first round, which they did in Monty Smith, and then backdoor that by getting the best offensive guard in this year's draft, in my opinion. Right? I know a lot of people like Voorhees, but Voorhees was injured, so I excluded him. So Dallas Cowboys could have got the best run stopping defensive tackle, and they could have got the best overall offensive guard back to back picks, and they did not do it. So so that's one of the reasons I didn't like it. He had a low grade, and there were much better players, overall on the board still. So obviously they were not interested in wide receiver because they didn't address it until the 7th. Well, that's a personal problem between the Dallas Cowboys, right? You know what I mean? That's a personal problem for the Dallas Cowboys because I think you would have had more value. You know what I mean? I know that they're probably high on the guys they got. They got Brandon Cooks for the next 2 years. Michael Gallup, if you want to keep him, you have him for multiple more years. Jalen Tolbert, you have him for multiple years. And then, of course, CeeDee Lamb, you have him for at least the next 2 years. And, of course, you're going to want to extend him. So, yes, you do have your wide receiving room locked up for now. But, you never have too many weapons. We use our fifth for Cooks. Yeah, but you have more than 1/5. So I like Cooks. I like the wide receivers we have, but it's never, it's never an issue in upgrading your position. And listen, if I thought highly of Schoonmaker, it would be a different story too. Because if I thought Schoonmaker was this all-world tight end that can come in and play week 1 and beat out Jake Ferguson, then I would have felt better about the pick. If it was Dalton Kincaid that fell to the second round, right, or Mayer that fell to the second round, I would have been fine with it. You know what I mean? I would have been fine with it at that point because at least they had first round grades, right? At least they had first round grades, and you could have rationalized it. Like, yeah, like they were ranked this high on the board for us, so we went ahead and took them. I say we got first round value in the second round, so we couldn't pass it up. You could come to me and say that, and I would have been okay with it. I wouldn't have agreed with it, but I would have understand the train of thought. The problem is this man had a 4th round grade, and then there were better players overall on the board still. Osiris Torrance had a 1st round grade to most people, right? Hyatt had a 1st round grade to some people, right? So it is what it is. RS so fans cry too much. This is why they say we have the worst fans. No, fans just have to understand that our offense is going to feel the same about everything. You know what I mean? Like we all can disagree about the draft picks. We all can disagree about the direction of the franchise. But it's America. We all can have opinions. We don't always have to agree with each other. I prayed Darnell Washington all the way down to us, and we dropped the ball. I couldn't believe it. They must know way more than me. They claim that he didn't pass a physical. They claim that he had some kind of lingering injury, and that's why he didn't get picked up. So overall, and I was a little hard on this at first. I'm going to give it a C. He does have some upside, but I think the Dallas Cowboys passed on much better players. I think Dallas Cowboys passed on much better players to get this man. I think it's a reach, but it is what it is. So I have an A, and because listen, I gave it a D at first, But once I went back, I saw that Schoonmaker was at least a top 10 prospect at the tight end position. I do see that he has some kind of athletic ability. He has some upside. I'm going to give them a C, even though I think it's a reach, and I think that there were better players on the board. So I got an A for Mozzie Smith, and I got a C for Schoonmaker. April Shaw said a B for me, and that's not bad, right? Because some people are more high on Schoonmaker than I am. So in those instances, it makes more sense, right? If you're higher on a player than I am, then you will feel better about him being taken in the second round. Desmond Ironman, what's up with you? Joe Tranchano, what's up with you? Stephen White, what's good? I appreciate you for tapping in, showing love to the liquor store. We're running a 2-for-1 right now on the jerseys. The Lunatic has bowed out. He has allowed us to reopen the last raffle that we did. So I'm going to announce a winner for that one on the 2nd, and then I'm going to announce a winner for the next raffle on the 31st. So if you send $5 now, I'm going to do a 2-for-1. $5 will get you an entry for a jersey on the 2nd, and it will also get you an entry for the jersey on the 31st of May. So $5 get you 2 entries. You can win a jersey on the 2nd, or you can win a jersey on the 31st of May. So $5 get you 2 entries to the raffle, and if you want to participate, continue to support the channel, just send $5 to the $ Hennythemoor. Now, with that quick commercial break over with, let's get back to the content, because that's what we're here for. I love this next pick. I love this next pick because it covers a couple things. Demario Overshown is a guy I think is going to be a future starter. But I also think that situationally, he can come in here and produce. I think he can come in here and take snaps. I think he can come in here and help this linebacking core. I don't necessarily know who he would play over. I think Leighton Vander Esch has been playing decently. He had a decent end to his season. I think they're really high on Damone Clark. He played his ass off despite not really having an off season and having to rehab the entire OTA to get back into game shape. And from what I'm hearing, they're also very high on Devin Harper. So I do think that he has a mountain decline, but I do think that he's a good player, a very good athlete, and he's a guy that's a former safety. So he has coverage skill, he has speed, he's physical. He missed a couple of tackles, but I think he is a high motor, high effort guy. And I definitely see him as possibly a J-Ron Kearse replacement. Because even though J-Ron Kearse is listed as a safety, he does play primarily in the box as a big nickel. He even has the green dot. So this is the last year of J-Ron Kearse's contract. I definitely could see Demario Overshown taking on a similar role in this defense. Using his length, his sideline playmaking ability to play that middle linebacker spot. So I do like the pick, and I'm finna go ahead and give you some information about it. We can't judge none of these picks until the season starts, so I'm holding on to my judgment, and that's fine, right? Because we're only basing this based off of pre-draft up to now. We're basing all this off of what they did in the NCAA, where they were projected to go at in the draft, and we're also comparing it to other players on the board and how we felt about them. So true. All in all, we really won't know until 3 years from now, like 2 or 3 years from now, if these players actually are going to pan out, right? Because it takes time. Some of these players will be good instantly. Some of these players will take years to develop into what they will be. But, but just going off of right now, because we did a lot of legwork, hours and hours of analytical breakdowns, hours of film study, hours of just getting prepared for the draft, just based off the legwork we did to get prepared for the draft. That's the information we're using to make the critiques right now. The fact that Clark, Cox, and Harper can't get on the field much shows you how cerebral the position is. It's been a while before Overshawn sees the field other than special teams. Yeah, and this is the thing. I think he'll get on the field before Cox will. And to be fair to Damone Clark played way more football than I thought he would. Right, being injured, coming in, getting some snaps. The fact that they trusted him out there enough to even take some critical snaps, I think that they're very high on Damone Clark. I like him. Hey, what's up with you, Justin Kitchen? I appreciate you for tapping in and showing love to the liquor store, man. Thank you for coming on in. Make sure you stop shit out your Eagles fan, though, man. I got the Eagles tears on deck. They ice cold. They firm made, and they getting stronger by the day. So let's rock, man. Let's keep on rocking, man. So I like him, but let me get his stuff pulled up. All right, so DeMorvion Overshown. Pull up PFF. Now I'm finna share the screen, and y'all should be able to see what I see. Overshown definitely reminds me of Curson Wilson. Quinn is salivating. Yeah, I bet he is, man. Charles Brown, what's up with it, man? Thank you for tapping in and showing love to the liquor store, my guy. So here it goes. Hey, Stephen Harrison, what's up with you, man? Thank you for tapping in and showing love to the liquor store. I need everybody to hit that like button. I need y'all to share it, man. We trying to get title number 6. So go ahead and share it 6 times. Share the 6 groups, 6 different platforms. Let them know the liquor store is open for business. Yes, sir. Thank you, them KJs. I appreciate you. Run loud. And he said Jerry Jones finally drove liquor store to the bottle. Man, Dwayne Brown, what's good with you, my brother? Thank you for tapping in and showing love to the liquor store, man. All right, so I'm finna go ahead and share my screen and show you the boy DeMorvion Overshown. So this is his information. So he's 6'3". So he's a pretty tall guy. 229 pounds. Ran a 4.56 at the combine. So nice size, nice athleticism. As a pass rusher, he graded out as a 73.9. As a run defender, he graded out as a 73.8. As a coverage guy, he graded out as a 66 overall. So in every aspect of his game, he's pretty damn solid. Now, he did miss 14 tackles. He had missed a lot of tackles in his career. Judging by this, he has missed 52 career tackles. But, he is a guy that is very physical at the point of attack, always playing downhill, running to the ball, shooting the gap. So at least he is there. Like he has some missed tackles, but he is not overrunning the play. He's usually where he's supposed to be most of the time. So I do like that about him. I do like that about him a whole lot. And when you look at where he lined up at, he was attached to the defensive line 123 times last year. He played slot 117 times. He was so far out the box they considered him a corner twice. He played inside of the box as a traditional linebacker 469 times. So he is a guy that you can put there anywhere on the field and get production from. I say he's a long, athletic linebacker / safety hybrid. He does have a safety background. And I like him. And you look at his stops. He had 30 stops in the run, right? 16 stops in coverage. So that's 46 stops on the year. Forced 2 incompletions. So overall, right, I think the Dallas Cowboys got good bang for their buck. Contribution. I think they got good bang for your buck. Talent and getting DeMorvion Overshown. Most people had a 3rd round grade on him. He got took in the 3rd round. Some people had a 2nd round grade on him. That stuff really varies, but he got taken right around where people say he should have went. So I am not tripping on it. I'm not tripping on it at all. I give Overshown a B- as a player. As a pick in terms of value at 90, I give it a C. And that's fine. I think some of us have issues about who else was on the board when so many players were taken. If if Schoenheimer was was the best player available at the time, I would have felt better about it, right? I think that's the same thing with you and Overshown. Oh yeah, I definitely like. And listen, if anybody's gonna get released in that linebacker room, is gonna be Jabril Cox. I definitely think that Overshown can beat out. I definitely think that Drew Sanders killed us, passing on him twice. Hey, who your team, man? I'm an Arkansas Razorback team. I'm an Arkansas Razorback fan. So who is your team? Yeah, I think Cox is out. The fact that he did not get on the field before Damone Clark, and Damone Clark had back surgery, had to rehab, but still got on the field before him. Yeah, Cox can't tackle to save his life. No, I think Cox will have to move to safety if he wants to stick around on this roster. I think he had to move to a position, and he had to play free safety or something. I don't think he can be a box safety if he can't tackle like that. Hey, I appreciate Desmond Ironman. I appreciate you for showing love to the gear. And remember, if you want gear like this, man, send $5 $sign Hennythemoor. We're running 2 raffles. I'm giving away a jersey on the 2nd of this month, and I'm giving away a jersey on the 31st of next month. $5 will get you entered into both raffles. So if you want a chance to get you some nice ass Dallas Cowboy gear, premium stuff, the real deal, send $5 to $sign Hennythemoor. I'll enter you into both raffles. So $5, I'll enter you into both raffles. However many entries you see, and we're pretty much going to double it. Yes, I could tell by what the linebacker coach spoke. He's on the block. Yeah, I think Cox will be a bust out this year, 100. Well, he's going to have to get on the field first. If he can get on the field, then, I definitely think it's a possibility for him to go out there and compete. But, he had issues tackling. He had a high missed tackle percent rate even on special teams. So that's scary trying to put a guy out there missing tackles on special team and expect him to play linebacker. If you miss a tackle on defense and you're the lone man out there, that means that player is gonna just gallop into the damn end zone. I want to know combine numbers for all these guys as well. Say less. So K-Doe Smooth V wants to know combine numbers for all of the players. Hey, shout out to my brother Dwayne Brown for the $10 donation. They got you 2 entries into both raffles. So I'm gonna add 2 additional entries for the last raffle that was opened back up. I'm going to add 2 raffles into the 2 entries in for the raffle for the 31st of May. So thank you for tapping in and showing love to the liquor store and improving your odds of winning a Dallas Cowboy jersey in these raffles. So matter of fact, let me pin my brother's comment so y'all will see that. So I'm going to go back and give y'all combine numbers for these last 3 players. Since my brother wants to see it. So booyah. Give me 2 seconds. I'll get that pulled up for you. Said D-Law 43. You heard the interview. Yes, he's running an uphill battle. Didn't the linebacker coach say something about maturity being an issue? I didn't even hear that the interview. I'm about to go back and look at it, man. All right. So let's start with Mazi Smith. So he was the first one off the board. All right. So overall, as he was the number 8 ranked overall defensive lineman, he was the 3rd ranked defensive tackle on my board. He ran a 4.85, which is an amazing speed for a guy that's over 300 pounds. That is a damn freakish athlete. 6'3", 323 pounds. Had a wingspan of 80 and 7/8, was in the 67% percentile. He bench pressed. He got 34 reps, was in the 94 percentile, which is which is amazing. Does not have a great vertical, but I'm not really expecting him to jump out the gym like Michael Jordan or nothing. Broad jump was a 107, which is in the 31 percentile. So when you're looking at like raw strength and size, his weight is in the 94 percentile, and his bench press was in the 94 percentile. So he has elite strength, and he also has elite size when you're looking just at the combine numbers. Right, so that's Monty Smith. Now let's take a look at Luke Schoonmaker. All right. They had him at the 7th best tight end, according to this website. Ran a 4.63, is 6'5", out of Hamden, Connecticut. When you look at his cone time, he had a 95 percentile in the 3 cone. He was in the 97 percentile in the broad jump. In terms of 40s, he was in the 84 percentile in his position with a 4.63, which is great. Right, he did not participate in benching. He had a lower end wingspan, lower end weight, but he had pretty decent size at 6'5", so he's in the 63 percentile there. Right, so he had pretty good combine output right there as well. This site, this is NFL Draft Buzz. There's multiple sites that you can reference this NFL Draft Buzz. You can use ESPN. You can use Pro Football Focus, Pro Football. I don't think Pro Football Reference has one, but there's multiple sites that have different grades and bios for guys. Matter of fact, if I go down here far enough, I think that it has where they cross-reference different sites. Yeah, so NFL.com has one, DraftWire, The Athletic, Bleacher Report, ESPN, NBC Sports. Like, there are multiple different outlets that provide these kind of draft profiles for players. So if you want to cross-reference them, to do your own research, you can find them all over the place. He said Mozzie has done Terry Poe 2.0, a better run defender at that. Chiefs selected him at 11 when he only had 5 sacks in Memphis in 3 years. Mozzie, nice opinion. I think he can cook as the wheel linebacker. Okay. Now let's take a look at that boy, the Marvion Overshown. Right. I know it's DeMarvion. Okay, I guess I can't spell. All right, here you go. So he's 6'3", 229 pounds. He's from Arp, Texas, that has like under 1,000 people. All right, in terms of 40 time, he was in the 87 percentile with a 4.56. This very good height. He's in the 75 percentile, is 6'3". Got a great wingspan of 78 and 1/8, was in the 87 percentile as well. His broad jump was in the 86 percentile at 124, but he only got 15 reps on the bench press, which was horrible. So he's not super strong, but he is fast, good at the point of attack, is a willing hitter. So I like him. This site actually has him with a 5th round grade, though. Other sites have him listed a little bit higher. But it really just depends on which site you use, how you feel about a player, so on and so forth. I really like him. I think he fits a need. I do think we need better linebacker play with Jabril Cox not giving me anything, with Devin Harper, not showing anything yet. With the departure of Anthony Barr not working out. So you definitely, I think linebacker was a sneaky need. I think he's a guy that adds length, adds some athleticism, adds the ability to cover and play downhill. So I do like him. All family in the room. Duke's getting drafted when his father is the national scout, and we drafted Simi's cousin and Paxton's locker mate. He says a whole lot of coincidences, huh? Overshawn is a beast. It's at best is a replacement for Curse. Worse is special teams Pro Bowler. Yeah, I definitely could see a world where he replaces J-Ron Kershaw if they don't renew him. They definitely can play, a similar role for the team. So, I do like him. I do like him a lot. All right. So we did that. We already looked at Mr. Overshawn. Let's go ahead and take a look at pick number 4. Velima Fihoko. If I pronounce his name right. I'm going to undo the screen, get his information pulled up, then I'm going to bring it back up. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna hide this since they know that we already looking at their combine and numbers and stuff. So I'm gonna bring this up. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I see how he graded out, I felt a little bit better about the pick. He did have great production, even though he was playing at a small school. He played at San Jose State. 6'4", 276 pounds. He graded out as a 90.9 overall last year, which is impeccable, right? Played in 12 games, 593 defensive snaps, 332 snaps as a pass rusher. He played against the run 259 times, got to 12 sacks, 4 quarterback hits, 50 hurries, and 3 batted passes. So he was out there going crazy, right? He was out there going crazy. When you look at when you look over here, like he did grade out good in most games. I do have an issue that he graded out so poorly against Utah State, which is not a great team. And he had one of his less flattering games against Auburn. They graded him out as a 62. And we all know Auburn is a team that has SEC talent. Therefore, they have NFL players on their team. So, that's sort of a red flag. But, just based on what he did in college, even if he was a big fish in a small pond, he ate up the guppies, right? He didn't get ate up. He ate up the guppies. So, in terms of that, he had great production. I don't necessarily know if I would have picked him at in the 4th round with the other talent that was on the board. But, it is what it is at this point. Matter of fact, let me take a look. I'm gonna pull something up. All right. So the Dallas Cowboys took him at 129. So let's see the players that were available. All right. You know what? It's not as bad. It's really not as bad as a pick as I originally thought. I did not really know much about this player. He was not on my board, but he has great college production. And I'm going to give Dan Quinn the benefit of the doubt. So I'm going to actually grade this as a N for incomplete. I don't know enough about this player to really judge him. His overall college production is top notch. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt for that because he did have good college production. Now I'm going to look at his combine numbers. and see if I can get a better picture for it. Right. Let's see. Let's get the whole story. All right. Now I'm bringing back up his combine numbers. Dallas Law said our draft was goofy. We have a glaring hole at guard or tackle, depending on what they do with Tyron Smith and what's T. Smith healthy, assuming still ready for day one. What the fuck are we doing? Let's keep it 100%. Yeah, you know, that's why I was down on not getting Osiris Torrance. You know what I mean? I thought Osiris Torrance being the best guard in the draft on my board, you know, would have been an obvious pick, especially for a team that's having issues in protecting the quarterback. You know, he never gave up a sack in his career, highly rated across the board, elite level size. So I was very heartbroken that they did not take Osiris Torrance. As for Mr. Fihoko, like April Shower stated, I do believe that he is more of a tweener. You know, I definitely think he can play 3 tech. But let me go ahead and just get him pulled up on the screen so you can take a look at this combine information with me as well. So at the combine, he was a 31 ranked defensive lineman. Ran a 4.77. 6'4", 276 pounds. 40 time is in the upper percentile. Ran a 4.77, which is good for a guy his size. But nothing else really was elite. His wingspan is not up to par. Wasn't great on the bench. Shuttle wasn't pretty good. Hand size, things like that. And if we're going on this, he was a little bit of a reach himself. He was a fifth round pick. Ended up being drafted in the 4th round. So was he a little bit of a reach? I would guess so. But it is what it is. I don't really know too much about him. Like I said, he played at a school that I don't really watch like that. You know, I ain't really checking for San Jose guys like that. But you know what I'm saying? Like I'd like. Well, I like him. He got that good hair. Hey, I heard that though. I heard that. All right, so let's move along. Let's take a look at that boy Asim. We're gonna take a look at that boy Asim. So let me get that pulled down. I'm gonna get him pulled up. All right, Asim Richards is a tackle / guard that played at North Carolina. I'm getting his information pulled up. Let's see, a C-. I'll give him a C. I ain't gonna go C-, but I'll give him a C. Because he was a bit of a reach. He would have been a B a round later. So I'm gonna give him a C because I think he was a bit of a reach. I definitely could see the upside and potential based on his college production. But you know, tweeners are hard to gauge though, because I don't necessarily think he'll be a sole edge rusher at the next level of the NFL. I think he'll play more of a position like Osa or Chauncey Golston. I think he'll play over the tackle. I think he'll play 3 tech 9 times out of 10 with an occasional snap from the outside. But yeah. Asim is a pure tackle, B for value, A+ for potential, has some of the best footwork in the draft. This is another thing, right? Because there are a ton of players that we're not going to know about or hear from, right? There's some guys that were not on my board. He wasn't on my board. You know what I mean? I do also want to point something out to y'all real quick. Just real quick, I do want to point something out to you. So let me show you Asim stats where he ranks. Give you his combine information, and we'll go from there. So he was a 5th round pick, 6'4", 309 pounds. So that's pretty decent size. This was the best season of his career. Graded out as a 64.4. As a run blocker, he graded out as a 53.1. As a pass blocker, he had great grade of a 75.5. Oh, played 1,050 snaps last year. He run blocked 383 times. He pass blocked 667 times. He only gave up 3 sacks last year, which was the best of his career. Only gave up 2 hits last year, which was the best of his career. And he only allowed 15 hurries. So he did good protecting the quarterback for the most part. He played solely left tackle last year. The year before that, he played 644 snaps at left tackle. And the year before that, he played 729. So he only has 49 career snaps at left guard and only took 1 snap at right tackle before his career. Now let's go look at his draft profile. All right. So his 40 time was decent. Span was decent. Broad jump was decent. Only got 13 on the bench press, so he strength is a little bit in question right there. Had a 7th round grade. So that's really what I want to talk to y'all about. That's really what I wanted to talk to you about. You know, I think they like their guys. I think they had their own way of doing player evaluation. But you know, there's a couple of guys that were taken way earlier, you know, than they were projected to go. He is one of them. So you know, maybe the Dallas Cowboys know something that I don't know. But yeah, like I don't get it. Look at me talking like I know film. I agree, not ready yet. 3 years and he will start. Only 22 years old, has a lot of potential. 5th round pick is awesome for him. I don't know, that was awesome for him, man. He was getting his ass tore up, you know, according to his grades. According to his grades and the amount of sacks that he has allowed over the course of his career, I don't necessarily know about all that. Does he have upside? Sure. A lot of guys have upside. But you know, I definitely think if you were drafting for a future, because I don't think he will play this year. If you were drafting for a future offensive lineman, you could have just took Voorhees. Right? Voorhees was still on the board. Voorhees was a guy that fails, you know, significantly. But you know, Voorhees before his injury, you know, he had like a 3rd round grade. So you could have got you could have got, you know, an offensive lineman with a 3rd round grade in the 5th round, but you got a lineman with a 7th round grade in the 5th round instead. So you know, I'm not really sure about the mind behind it. And if you want to use Pro Football Focus as a reference, TJ Bass, who's your unrestricted free agent, actually graded out better than Asim did. Yeah, but this is the thing. We know damn well that Asim ain't gonna play. Asim is not good enough to play over anybody. He said 22 years old with that much playing time, only played O-line for 4 years, including high school. If he can improve his strength, he'll be special. Mark it down. 3 years, he's our right tackle. Yeah, I don't know, man. And maybe that's the thing. Like, I did not go into this draft to get a bunch of future picks. Yeah, Voorhees is a guaranteed starter next year. Said Quality Parker said we drafted another Josh Ball. I hope he's not that bad. You know, just judging by what I'm seeing from him on you know his grades and his drafting report. You know, he said it's a fifth though. Yeah, but you still get good players in the field. You know what I mean? There were better value players. Like I said, Voorhees was there. If you're just trying to get a future offensive lineman, they ain't got to play right now. You could have got Voorhees. You know what I mean? I think they were better. I think they were better options. And I think it's a reach as well because he didn't even have a 5th round grade. I know it's a 5th round pick. You like to take chances. You like to gamble. But can we take a gamble on a guy that at least has a 5th round grade? Can we take a gamble on a guy that at least has a 5th round grade? And I'm gonna be I'm gonna be a little bit fair about it. Let's cross reference where everybody had Asim going. You know, let's cross reference, you know, where Asim was supposed to be. Hold on. My stuff done went off. Just because everybody passed on him, we don't need to pass on him. Yes, and I like him. We have Bass undrafted. He was little Saul. We have better technique and power. I like TJ Bass. Like I really like a lot of the undrafted free agents that we picked up. I really like a lot of the undrafted guys that we picked up. All right. I'm gonna let Asim make it though. Like I said, he was a 5th round pick, maybe a bit of a reach, but the Dallas Cowboys like him, whatever. I don't really expect a 5th round pick to play regardless. Even if it was a guy that I liked, I'm not expecting shit from a 5th round pick right now, no way. So if we're being fair, right? The players that I expect production from, you know, within their first year and a half to 2 years, I expect production from my 1st round pick, my 2nd round pick, and my 3rd round pick damn near instantly. Damn near. I do. I'm not going to lie to you. Well, if we go through those, I really loved the Mozzie Smith pick, and I really loved the DeMarvion Overshown pick. So 2 out of 3 is not bad. You know, I really like 2 of my top 100 picks. We had 3 top 100 picks. I like 2 of them. And there's a good possibility that the 3rd one might actually pan out. So, you know, at face value, no, I wasn't happy about some of the decisions the Dallas Cowboys made, but I also know, you know, that it's over with now. We can't do anything. I can't get in a time machine and choke Jerry Jones' ass out and tell him to pick who I wanted to pick. No, I can't do none of that. So the picks are what the picks are. But let's get through the rest of this draft, and then we're gonna look at the undrafted free agents. Or let me ask y'all: said Schoonmaker was a panic decision. I believe so too. They really wanted a tight end. They didn't think another one would be there after this pick, so they went and got Schoonmaker, even though he had a 4th round pick. And that's really the one that is the biggest reach. You know what I'm saying? That's the one that's the biggest reach. In fact, let's trust the coaches. S will get these guys ready. I mean, at this point, we had no choice, right, brother? And the beautiful thing about it, we'll have all the opportunities in the world to watch these guys grow. We are better and deeper, plus more molded to our coaches team now. It's been working. I like Hunter too. We keep talking about the coaching like the better players are uncoachable. Hey man, it be like that sometimes though. It be like that, but it is what it is, man. I think we'll be fine. Once the season starts, I do think we improved getting other players. I'm glad we had a good free agency. So some of the things that we think are mistakes, might get hidden. So I think we'll be okay. Overall, I think we'll be all right, but we'll just have to see. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the training camp too. I'm gonna try to make it out there too. Like, I'm gonna keep running raffles to fund it. Also, I just got to see though what my PTO looking like. I used nice little bit of PTO to go out here to Kansas City. So if I don't make it to the one in California, I definitely will make it to the one in Dallas. And not going to lie, it felt like the 2009 draft. Check it out, it was pretty bad. I have to go back and refresh my memory. JC, what's up with you, my boy? I appreciate you tapping in and showing love, man. Said, what game are you trying to go to this regular season? I'm gonna shoot for the home opener. I want to go to the home opener, but I gotta just see. Either I'm gonna go to the home opener or I'm gonna go to one of the games in August. I mean in October, because me and my wife's anniversary is in October, and I think I want to take her to a Cowboys game for our anniversary. So I really got to see how the how the schedule falls. Fant tight end Tennessee. Matter, we've been talking about it. Let's take a look at the undrafted free agents real quick. Let's take a look at the undrafted free agents the Dallas Cowboys picked up, and we will revisit these last couple of picks at a later date, because they're 5th, 6th, 7th rounds. I'm not expecting a lot from them anyway. Not that I'm expecting a lot from the undrafted free agents, but we haven't really went in depth on them. So let's take a look at the undrafted free agents the Dallas Cowboys got. So bear with me as I get it pulled up. Give me a second. There's a list of him of all of them on there. So give me a second. Here we go. I found it. So this is going to be via John Machado. If you haven't been giving him a follow, you should do so. I always post some very accurate Cowboys information. So here it is. I got it pulled up. So Jose Barbin, wide receiver, Temple. TJ Bass, offensive guard, Oregon. I like him a lot. Earl Bostic Jr., offensive tackle from Kansas. Miles Brook, cornerback from Louisiana Tech. David Durden, wide receiver from West Florida. Princeton Fant, who is kin to Noah Fant, tight end at Tennessee. Darrell Johnson, defensive end, Liberty. Hunter Luepke, fullback, North Dakota State. Isaiah Land, linebacker, Florida A&M. D'Angelo Mandel, cornerback, BYU. Jalen Moreno Cropper, wide receiver, Fresno State. I like him. I'm not gonna lie. Tyrus Wheat, defensive end, Mississippi State. So I really do like our undrafted free agency class. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I'm gonna start with that boy TJ Bass, right? Because these are the guys that I way too, and this is the drunk takes. This is gonna be a drunk take right here. My way too early drunk take. I expect TJ Bass and Jalen Moreno Cropper to both make the team. I think that they both make the final 53. I also expect Hunter to do so. So out of these out of these undrafted free agents, I don't know why I'm messing my words up. Out of these undrafted free agents, I expect TJ Bass, no Jalen, and I expect Hunter to all make the final roster. So let's take a look at TJ Bass real quick. I'm really high on him. I'm really high on TJ Bass. So TJ Bass is 6'4", 317 pounds. The 40th ranked offensive lineman overall. In terms of height, he's in the 47th percentile at 6'4". Weight, he's in the 58th percentile at 317. Very good broad jump. Did not participate in the shuttle. Below average wingspan, arm length, hands. And he was exactly what he was supposed to be, an undrafted free agent. But, they say his weighted pass blocking performance is 75. As a run blocker, he's graded out as an 84. Only played in 33 collegiate games in his career. But, let's see. Bass is a work in progress with high-end physical traits. He's extremely light on his feet for a 300-pounder, a natural knee bender who plays with balance and leverage, outstanding on reach blocks, showing good initial quickness and flexibility to seal the backside. He's a heady player who is quick to recognize and react to twists and stunts up front, and Bass shows a good sense of timing on combo blocks. Shows a good feel for combo blocks, and he displays good quickness and flexibility when moving to the second level. Capable of sealing the backside on reach blocks. Has a strong, flexible core and the ability to absorb and anchor against the bull rush as a pass protector. He's a fluid mover in pass protection with great coordination between his upper and lower body. Bass sets with a wide base, has the requisite core strength, and plays with natural balance, capable of sitting back and handling power. So good things said about him. So these are his weaknesses. Of course, because he's an undrafted free agent, he has some warts. He has some shit that he can't do at a particularly good level. So let's take a look at that real quick. His weaknesses. He's often too mechanical as a pass protector, oversetting and getting beat inside. Has good, not great feet. Dealing with speed on the edge will likely be a problem, especially because he's more comfortable moving forward as a run blocker than Bass is retreating as a pass protector. His physical gifts were enough to get by against collegiate opponents, but he could have trouble with bull rushers when facing quality competition, which is potentially a problem in the NFL. Has enough power in the run game, but at times he seems to lack a mean streak. So he needs to change his mindset, and he needs to work on his mechanics. It's pretty much what they say about him. And yes, he's a guard. He definitely is going to be a guard at this level. But, you put him beside another guy, that's competent, and you put him beside a Tyron Smith, or you put him beside a Tyler Smith, I think that will pay dividends for him. So that's his scouting report. Let's see what Pro Football says. Let's see what PFF says about him. So what you may not know is TJ Bass actually graded out better than Asim Richards, who was her 5th round pick. Asim Richards last year graded out in the 60s. And TJ Bass, that is, graded out as a 78.2. He also had a year where he graded out as an 86. So he had a damn good season. He only has allowed 3 sacks in his entire career, has only allowed 3 quarterback hits, and he has allowed under 40 hurries in his time. Now, he has played left tackle, and he has played left guard as well. So he played 879 snaps at left tackle last year, 7 at left guard. The year prior to that, he had 431 snaps at left guard and 500 at left tackle. And he had solely left guard snaps the year before in 2020 with 386 snaps. So I like him. He has a lot of versatility. He graded out well. He has some upside. Needs to fix some things. He needs to fix some things in terms of footwork, in terms of his mechanics. But that's why we got a coaching staff. So that's exactly why we have a coaching staff. He can be coached up. I think he makes the team. I think he'll be a better prospect than somebody like Josh Ball. So yeah, I rock with him. So he's a guy I definitely like, amongst this free agency, undrafted free agency class. I would look at a lot of the stuff for the fullback, but he's a fullback. He can hit people really hard. I like him. So when does camp start in Oxnard? Let me take a look. When is? Looks like it starts July the 27th through August the 10th. So it looked like it starts at the end of July. You should, man. It'll be a great experience. Yeah, so we got a few dudes like Boston, Asim, and T-Bash to fight it out. Beside the free agent guard we picked up, we got numbers playing here. We'll see through color. Facts, bro. Because I like him. I like TJ Bass. I don't like shit about Josh Ball. Don't like shit about Josh Ball. But, I'm not an NFL coach or scout. You know what I'm saying? They like him for some reason. I like TJ Bass. I'm hoping that TJ Bass takes his job, man. Because I hope he makes the team and takes his job, man. Now, this is another interesting one I want to look at before we get out of here. Jalen Moreno Cropper. I'm going to get him pulled up in just a second. Give me 2 seconds. Let me get him pulled up for y'all. All right. So y'all should be able to see what I see at this point in time. Oops. So Jalen Moreno Cropper had 84 receptions for 1,093 yards, listed at 5'11", 172 pounds. Was the 24th ranked wide receiver in this year's draft, according to this. And he actually had a 6th round grade. So the fact that you got him as an undrafted free agent, I think it's a steal. I think he has a good chance of beating out the guy that you took in the 7th round. Actually, I do. Had a 109.5 quarterback rating when targeted. Played in 42 college games. is a 1,000-yard receiver. And these are his statistics from his. And this is what I like. He improved every single season as an overall wide receiver. First year, only got 196 receiving yards. The next year, he had 520. The year after that, he had 899. And then this last year, he had 1,093 on one less reception than the year before. Had less touchdowns, but he really made more out of the opportunities that he had last year. Definitely improved his yards per reception. And he ran a legit 4.4 at the combine. So he ran a 4.4 and he had a 121 broad jump. 32-inch vertical, got 13 reps, and he had a good shuttle at a 4.27. So I definitely like him. I don't know where he would fit into this offense, but he definitely has some upside to him, man. I said, all right, guys, this was cute. Enjoyed it. It's Sunday, so don't hit too much hen, and I'm going to go punch an Eagles fan in the mouth. Hey, thank you for tapping in and showing love to the channel, April Showers. Thank you for tapping in, and we appreciate you for coming through. And Dwayne Brown said he got bail money for you, so don't even worry about going to jail. We gonna thug it out. But this is TJ Vasser's year. Y'all quit playing with me, man. I had liked the TJ Vasser too. All right. Jalen definitely has upside. I'm surprised he didn't get drafted either. He had a much higher, value than I thought he did. But I like him. No, we didn't get some of the guys that I liked, but we did get another wide receiver in at a discount. And wide receiver really wasn't a position you needed to upgrade over. CeeDee Lamb is already an all-pro. Brandon Cooks has been a number one option his entire career. Michael Gallup should be healthy. Jalen Tolbert himself was a top 100 pick last year, so you still got to see what you got in him. You can't draft him 1 year and give up on him without giving him a fair shot. So I do understand why they didn't get another wide receiver. They didn't want to, clutter up that wide receiving room. So I get it. I understand completely. So, but man, I'm finna get ready to get off here myself, man. I'm finna go spend some time with my wife, chop it up with them. I appreciate y'all for coming to the liquor store and showing love to the channel, man. Like, y'all really keep me going. You blessed me and helped me get to the draft. So thank y'all. Continue to like the content, continue to share the content, continue to subscribe to the channel, and continue to support the raffles, man. The more that they are successful, the more of them I will do. We're doing jerseys right now, and then not the year, but the month after. Because let me see, May we should be able to do the ticket raffle in June. So as long as these jersey raffles continue to be successful, we'll keep rocking. So continue to send super chat. I'm not monetized yet on the YouTube. So if you want to donate to the channel, hit the Cash App, which is $Hennythemoor. But I do not have the ability to get super chats yet until I get to 1,000 subscribers. So please share the content, let people know to subscribe, let people know the liquor store is open. Once we get to 1,000 subscribers, I'll be able to accept super chat and whatever else that y'all seeing. But until then, continue to hit the Cash App for for raffle entries and to support the channel. I thank all of y'all, for coming in supporting. Andrew Compton, I appreciate you for showing love to my channel, man. I appreciate that. Quali Parker, I appreciate you as well, man. Thank y'all for everything, though. So again, like, share, subscribe, Cash App, keep the channel going, and I'm out here, man. Oh, I always tell y'all to drink and drive responsibly, but if you see an Eagles fan in the middle of the road, you do have my permission to run their goofy ass over. You already know what it is, man. Much love, and I'll get at y'all later. Peace.